Book 7, the Book of Yoga, Canto 2, the Parable of the Search for the Soul, page 477. Then Savitri, by her doomed husband, sat, still rigid in her golden, motionless pose, a statue of the fire of the inner sun. In the black night, the wrath of storm swept by, the thunder crashed above her, the rain hissed, its million footsteps spattered on the roof. Impassive mid the moment and the cry, witness of the thoughts of mind, the moods of life, she looked into herself and sought for her soul. A dream disclosed to her the cosmic past, the crypt seed and the mystic origins, the shadowy beginnings of world fate, a lamp of symbol lighting hidden truth, image to her the world's significance. In the indeterminate formlessness of self, creation took its first mysterious steps. It made the body shape, a house of soul, and matter learned to think, and person grew. She saw space people with the seeds of life, and saw the human creature born in time. At first appeared a dim, half-neutral tide of being emerging out of infinite naught. A consciousness looked at the inconscient vast, and pleasure and pain stirred in the insensible void. All was the deed of a blind world energy. Unconscious of her own exploits, she worked, shaping a universe out of the inane. In fragmentary being she grew aware, a chaos of little sensibilities gathered round a small ego's pinpoint head. In it a sentient creature found its poise. It moved and lived a breathing, thinking home. On a dim ocean of subconscious life, a formless surface consciousness awoke. A stream of thoughts and feelings came and went. A foam of memories hardened and became a bright crust of habitual sense and thought, a seed of living personality, and recurrent habits mimicked permanence. Mind, nascent, labored out a mutable form. It built a mobile house on shifting sands, a floating isle upon a bottomless sea. A conscious being was by this labor made. It looked around it on its difficult field, in the green, wonderful, and perilous earth. It hoped in a brief body to survive, relying on matter's false eternity. It felt a godhead in its fragile house. It saw blue heavens, dreamed immortality. A conscious soul in the inconscious world, hidden behind our thoughts and hopes and dreams, an indifferent master, signing nature's acts, leaves the vicegerent mind, a seeming king. In his floating house upon the sea of time, the regent sits at work and never rests. He is a puppet of the dance of time. He is driven by the hours. The moment's call compels him with the thronging of life's need and the babble of the voices of the world. this mind no silence knows, nor dreamless sleep. In the incessant circling of its steps, thoughts tread forever through the listening brain. It toils like a machine and cannot stop. Into the body's many storied rooms, endless crowd down the dream god's messages. All is a hundred-toned murmur and babble and stir. There is a tireless running to and fro, a haste of moment and a ceaseless cry. The hurried servant senses answer apace to every knock upon the outer doors. Bring in time's visitors, report each call, admit the thousand queries and the calls, and the messages of communicating minds, and the heavy business of unnumbered lives, and all the thousandfold commerce of the world. Even in the tracks of sleep is scant repose. He mocks life's steps in strange, subconscient dreams. He strays in a subtle realm of symbol scenes. His night with thin air, visions, and dim forms. He packs or peoples with slight drifting shapes, and only a moment spends in silent self. Adventuring into infinite mind space, he unfolds his wings of thought in inner air, or traveling in imagination's car, crosses the globe, journeys beneath the stars to subtle worlds, takes his ethereal course, visits the gods on life's miraculous peaks, communicates with heaven, tampers with hell. This is the little surface of man's life. He is this and he is all the universe. He scales the unseen, his depths dare the abyss. A whole mysterious world is locked within. Unknown to himself, he lives a hidden king behind rich tapestries in great secret rooms. An epicure of the spirit's unseen joys, he lives on the sweet honey of solitude. A nameless God in an unapproachable fane, in the secret adytum of his inmost soul. He guards the being's covered mysteries beneath the threshold, behind shadowy gates, or shut in vast cellars of inconscious sleep. The immaculate divine, all wonderful, casts into the argent purity of his soul his splendor and his greatness, and the light of self-creation in time's infinity, as into a sublimely mirroring glass. Man in the world's life works out the dreams of God.